thing.
I spoke to a political science professor and a presidential historian for their opinions on the debate. Here's Maddie Biertempel.
Jason Matthews and Clay Jenkinson say the debate between President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden marked a low point for presidential politics.
This was the worst presidential debate we've ever had.
This is far and away the worst presidential debate in modern American history.
Matthews teaches American government at Bismarck State College. He says the constant interruptions and lack of civility added up to a bad showing for America.
It was terrible for democracy. One of the central pillars of American democracy is to have a civil debate, to tolerate the views of the other side. We didn't have that last night.
Jenkinson is a local author and presidential historian who hosts the radio show The Thomas Jefferson Program. He believes the debate may have swayed the support of undecided voters to favor Joe Biden.
But there are about 15 or 20 million people who are in the middle, undecided, people who crossed over from the Democratic Party to vote for President Trump the first time because they didn't like Hillary Clinton. I think many of those people were disgusted last night and will be rethinking.
According to a CBS YouGov survey of those who watched the debate, 48% say Joe Biden won. That same survey found the vast majority of viewers simply felt annoyed by the 90-minute debate. Matthews says the discourse was devoid of the substance needed to sway a voter.
If you went in there as an undecided voter, I don't know if you saw anything last night that in any way would shape your opinions, other than possibly saying, I don't want to vote.
But Matthews says the problem runs deeper than a disorderly debate, calling last night's showing simply a reflection of how Americans talk to those they disagree with.
Not exposed to the views of the other side, what ends up happening in democracies is that you start having this democratic backsliding and you start delegitimizing the other side. And that's the precarious situation we're in right now.
Reporting in Bismarck for KX News, Maddie Biertempel.
The next presidential debate is scheduled for October 15th in Miami.